Hey, thanks for checking out Cars, Shops, and Collections. If you like it, subscribe, give it a thumbs up. Today we're doing something different. We're gonna check out two modern cars. And here's the thing, the combined horsepower of these two cars is over 1,200. They both start with the letter C. Let's go check them out, come on. I think Curt's house is right up here. Should be on the left. Let's see here. There he is right there. Hey, buddy. And we're not here to see the Honda. We're here to see what's on the left. Hey, Curt.
Hey,
How's it going, man?
Good.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you in person, buddy.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
It's over here, right?
It's on this side, yeah.
Look at this. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. It's beautiful, man.
Yeah, thanks. So, I'm Curt Russell. I'm president of Vegas Valley Vets, car enthusiast. Love hot rods, always have. Also involved with Las Vegas Camaro Club, Southern Nevada Camaro Club, you know, and so today we're gonna take a look at the two hot rods I have tucked away in the garage and see what you think. Maybe we'll take them for a hot rod.
You guys ready? You ready? Hit it, Curt. Absolutely beautiful. This is a beast. We pulled the ZL1 out and now we're dropping down. If you didn't notice, we have a Corvette here.
That's right.
This is the C7?
C7R, one of 500 made in the United States. Special edition car. Rick Hendrick paid $500,000 for #1 for this.
At Barrett Jackson, right?
Yes,
I
that's
saw
right.
that, yes.
Yeah.
What number is yours?
Mine is actually, it's 594, so there's an interesting story. So you're gonna say, well, there's only 500.
Yeah.
650 made in the world, 500 in the United States.
And so you got yours from outside the States?
No, I actually got mine from Arizona, and it's number 594. It was one of the very last cars available.
Really?
Yeah, and so it was a tough bill to get, but you know, I persevered and hunted it down.
Just real quick with your garage too, when did you install the lift?
Well, I've had the lift since about 2018.
Uh-huh.
Just kind of makes it nice and easy, tucking the cars away. You know, like I said, I'm the president of the Vegas Valley Vets, and those guys give me a lot of grief because I'll jump in the Camaro a lot of times because it's easy, right? I don't have to go through all these things to get the car out, but you know, it is. There's worse problems.
The cover here, this is the actual, because this is based on the race model of the Corvette, so this is what the actual race car looks like?
That's exactly right. So they made the cover to look exactly like the C7R race car, and that's what the car was modeled after.
May I?
Yes.
Okay.
Sure. Helps keep the dust off. I mean, car doesn't really get too dirty, honestly, but you know, in the garage in Vegas, you know how the dust is.
Why yellow? Yellow, I'm picking up my theme, the yellow Camaro, the yellow Corvette. Is there a reason why you go yellow?
Well, I mean, yellow is a color that people either love or hate, you know, and so, I mean, I think it looks great. It really, you know, it looks good in all weather conditions. So, you know, and then as much as I love red Corvettes and black Corvettes, there's a gazillion of them.
Yes. Why the Corvette on top and the Camaro down bottom?
Well, there's lots of good reasons, but the #1 reason is Corvette's always king, right?
Okay.
So definitely the Corvette's got to be on top.
Curt, maybe you're used to seeing this in your driveway,
Yeah.
but this is one of the coolest things I've ever seen. This is beautiful. It's artwork sitting in your driveway. Tell me more about the Camaros. This is a 2017?
2017 ZL1 Camaro, first year of the 10-speed. Really, really hard to get during 2017 to get one with the 10-speed. So I was able to go down to Irving, Texas and pick this up. It was quite the adventure to actually find one, but you know, it's been a great car. It really runs really well. 650 horsepower.
Oh, 650 in this?
Yeah.
So this is, when it comes to Camaros, this is the top of the line.
Top of the,
better than this, right?
This is it.
And this, why, this is hollowed out here, right?
Yeah, so that is called so Chevrolet is known for its bow tie.
Yes, yeah.
And so that is called a flow tie. And
It's
so it lets the air
right
right through, and you know, yeah, gets that air in. This actually has 13 intercoolers. So you see all of these different connectors. They had some some controversy about some of the Corvettes and the similar engine of this running hot. So when they put this car out, they made sure, even in the Vegas heat, sitting on the strip on the hottest night, this thing doesn't run hot.
Carbon fiber up here?
Carbon fiber, all exposed carbon fiber.
How many of these were made?
Well, this particular year, it turns out, and even as rare as the Corvette is, it turns out there's only 17 of these yellow ZL1s with the 10-speed in 2017. Now, this is also a 50th anniversary car. So the Camaro came out in 1967. So if you look inside here, you'll see on the steering wheel right there where it's got the 50 badge. So that denotes that it is a 50th anniversary of the Camaro. Now they put out a 50th anniversary car. This is not that package, but the 50-year cars all got that badge.
That's neat. That's neat seeing that. Less than 10,000 miles on this?
Yeah, it doesn't get out much.
No? Is this the one you drive more?
I drive that one a little more.
All right,
yeah.
let's take a closer look at the Corvette. Supercharged.
Yes. So 695 horsepower, carbon, all carbon ceramic brakes, carbon everywhere on this car.
What was it for you? That, I mean, obviously we can tell with all the car clubs you're president of.
Right.
The cars that you have in your collection. What was it that got you hooked on cars?
I was about 6 years old, and my uncle shows up with he just got back from Vietnam, and he shows up with a 1972 green Corvette. And from that day on, I was like, one of these days I'm gonna have a Corvette. And you know, as a young man, and you know, with a young family, I had some Camaros and some Trans Ams, and I never quite made it to the Corvette. And so finally about 10, 15 years ago, I got my first Corvette. And you know, I haven't stopped then.
You're all in.
I'm
now,
all
right?
in now,
You're
right?
all in.
Yeah.
Can you see the inside of it?
Sure, yeah. And so this has tons of special badging. You can see the C7R edition badging.
Plenty of room back here for your groceries, your luggage.
And it's great. We've taken it up the coast of California
Have
a
you
couple
really?
of times, yeah. My wife and I, and you know, there's plenty of room for luggage and extra bottles and cases of wine that we might have picked up on the way, right?
I love the fact that you drive them. They just don't sit here. You drive them. Can we see under the hood?
Oh, sure. So hood's backwards, of course, on Corvettes. So she pops up this way.
You clean it?
Not really.
You eat off of it. Wow, I love it.
I take pretty good care of it.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Can we go for a ride since there's three of us? Can we do a ride in the Camaro?
Yeah, we should do the Camaro.
Let's
do
take
it.
a look under the hood before we head out and hit the streets, though.
Sure.
Do you own anything outside of a Chevy? We saw the Honda in the garage.
I have the one Honda.
Yeah, the
no,
Honda
no,
shows
I'm a
off.
Chevy guy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I'm definitely a Chevy guy.
That is slick.
Yeah.
How you feeling back there, Lance? It's a tight fit back there.
Tight fit. I feel like a giant.
But I noticed something that Chevy Camaro they gave me a little headspace back there, a little extra headspace right back there, and also too, thinking of the back passenger, here's a self-charging for your cell phone right here, so you charge your cell phone. But I do notice that the instructions are facing forward, as if it's mostly for us up front, not for the person in the back.
It is. Everything up here is for the driver and the passenger. Now this car, it did come with the sunroof, so that cuts us a little bit down. I also had this Alcantara done to match everything else, so this is a little different than most. The sunroof wasn't my idea. I preferred the car without it. You know, we're in Vegas. You don't really need a sunroof.
Yeah.
But it was the only one I could find.
Beggars can't be choosers.
Exactly.
And in the Camaro, does it have the performance cameras so you can film everything?
Absolutely. So you have your PDR. So it'll come on there and it'll tell us all the things that we need to know. It'll just say start recording. And it's recording.
Okay.
Yeah. So it'll record as we go.
Do you guys have kids?
Yeah. I have 2 daughters and 2 granddaughters.
Do they ever drive the cars?
No.
My dad got a C8. It was a miracle he let me test drive it once.
I told my daughter, both of my kids are a little older, so when they were out visiting, I offered the one to my one daughter to drive it, and she's like, "Oh no, no way! You'll kill me if anything happens." So
There's a lot of pressure when you drive Dad's Camaro.
It is. It is.
So you're with the Camaro club, Corvette club. You got to pick one. Which is your favorite?
Well, I am the president, and the Corvette. I mean, as I said, the Corvette is king. You know, and as much as I love Camaros, had a bunch of Camaros, you know, my goal was to get the Corvette, you know, so Corvette is king. Let me show you something cool about this. This is something the Corvette doesn't have that the Camaro has on it. It has a slap shifter. So when I'm just in first gear in manual, by pulling that over, it pulls it over to a slap shifter. Now it won't change gears unless I slap.
Feel that?
Yeah. And then if you just, so really cool feature that the Camaro has. Another thing that this Camaro has that the Corvette doesn't have is it has a factory line lock. So let's just say you wanted to go down to Las Vegas Motor Speedway and run down the strip a few times, then it has the ability to set it up, heat up the tires, really do a really cool smoky burnout, and you know, and run some hot laps.
What's the fastest you've had it?
Well, you know,
on the track.
On the track or in Mexico, you know, it's definitely in the 3 digits.
Really? Because top speed of this is close to 200 miles per hour.
This is a 200-mile-an-hour car.
How many horsepower again?
650. So this car is all original, where the other car has a few other little additives. This car is bone stock.
Here's the thing though, 650 horsepower, you're hitting 200 miles per hour. I mean, that's Ferrari, Lamborghini type speed and horsepower, but you're doing it in a Camaro, which to me is fantastic.
And you really, I mean, you don't need to add much to this car to have fun. You know, and then that was another thing about this 10-speed transmission. It's very smart, very intuitive. So you see when I just hit it there, it says, okay, Curt wants to play. I got to get into a different mode than I am on the everyday driver mode.
So it switches for you?
It goes automatically. It knows, hey, we're going into a performance mode. Let's go.
It's a horse. Okay, now we're gonna gout. Now we're gonna get going.
Exactly. When you punched it, the car says, oh, he wants to see what we can do.
Yeah.
Let's do it. You know, and so we're not gonna easily shift anymore like we're going up to 7-Eleven. We're in a new mode here, and so it'll jump into what it calls performance mode, and it'll tailor the shifts and stay where it wants to be.
How many cars do you think you've owned, as far as sports cars, collectibles, have you owned in your lifetime?
Oh, I don't really know. I mean, at one point I had 11, and my wife says, you know, hey, that is it. You know, and then so we went kind of a lull phase where we didn't have so many, and you know, when we moved out west, some of the other hobbies kind of went away, so we ventured back towards the hot rods, and it really helped us, you know, when we moved here to Vegas to meet new friends and open up new avenues. So, you know, she had told me one time, she's like, okay, well, we had a 68 SS Camaro for a really long time, and she's like, Curt, if you're gonna get these cars, don't keep them forever like you did before. And I'm like, okay. And so after recycling about 6 or 7 new cars, she was like, hey, let's take it easy here, mister.
Well, I'm sure it's hard. You get a car, and you fall in love with it. It becomes part of your family. It becomes part of the fabric of who you are. It's hard to sell it.
It does. I mean, you know, when people know you, especially for me here in Las Vegas, they kind of know Curt's the yellow car guy.
Yeah.
You know?
Curt's also the fast guy.
Yeah.
With the Camaro, right? If I'm changing the temp, it's right here?
Yeah.
Dial right here, turn it right here.
And so you're doing your side, I can do my side. So let's just say, you know, you're a little hotter than I am, then I can lower it down or do it, you know, it's adjustable on both sides.
And the dots here are your fan?
That's the fan, yeah.
That's cool. Little.
And then you also have, if you look over here, there you go, we can blow some cold air on your booty.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Nice air-conditioned seats here in Las Vegas.
You got to have that in Las Vegas.
What's next for you? What's the next one? Do you have your eyes on something?
I do. So We already have ordered a Cadillac CT5V Blackwing.
Mm-hmm.
Super hard. I thought I had a hard time finding this car. I searched high and low and went through all the things that everybody that's ever looked for a car to knows how hard it is to find these one-off kind of unusual cars. But it was my wife and I's 35th wedding anniversary, and we have some family moving out. And so it was kind of time for a cushy, more of a four-door.
Uh-huh.
As your camera guy can tell, it's not too comfortable in the back.
You doing back there, Lance?
Not too comfy in the back.
This is me right now. I can't put my head up all the way. This would not be a good road trip in the back seat for me.
This is not good for a family of four. Is that what you're telling me back there?
No. So yeah, so we're going to the Cadillac CT5V Blackwing. It's the exact same engine as this car. It does have the 10-speed transmission, 668 horsepower. Everything I've read about it, the car's a beast. And so we're gonna do that, so we're still gonna have somewhat of a sleeper, so my wife Tina can drive the grandkids around and our kids around and our family that visits, but they can also get after it when they need to.
I tell you what, Curt, what do I got to do to be you, man?
Yeah.
I want to be you. What I like, man. This is good, man, good for you. And thank you so much, too, for taking us out today. This is a treat. You and I have been going back and forth for a couple weeks now trying to connect, and we really appreciate your time and showcasing these beauties, man. This is something special for us.
Well, I appreciate you guys coming out, and who doesn't want to talk about their hot rods? That's why we have them. We love the cars. But we like a little bit of notoriety of people looking at them.
Yes.
Otherwise we wouldn't have bright yellow cars.
It's flashy.
That's right.
That is smooth. Curt, thank you so much.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
not a bad way to spend a Saturday morning. I appreciate it, man.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for coming out. It was a lot of fun.
We appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
Wow, I love it. I love them both. If you want your car, shop, or collection featured on the show, then shoot us an email at carsshopsandcollections@gmail.com. That's carsshopsandcollections@gmail.com. And thanks for watching, and be sure and subscribe so you don't miss any future episodes of Cars, Shops, and Collections.
Yeah.